YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. If this is your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Every time I post up new content. Today's topic, education, Texas style. And as you like saying, I've been knowing about this, but I actually really wanted this shit to fester for a little bit before I actually really talk about it. Right? And then I was, I do my thing. I get up, watch the face, brush my teeth, check my emails, check social media because I already know that social media gonna have one or two or 10 or 12 or however how many. But there's always that one individual that I know that's always gonna give it to me. The biggest crybaby ever. He's a comedian. He got it, and he has his own radio show. No, I'm not talking about motherfucking Steve Harvey. 9 times out of 10, he's probably in on it with his buddy. Right? So hey, if you don't know who the fuck I'm actually really talking about, I'm talking about D.L. Hughley. So apparently, here's the deal. The state of Texas, right, is they didn't pass bills where that you can't actually really teach about slavery, the Ku Klux Klan, Dr. Martin Luther King, or any other important figure, like within the past century, or within the past century, or whatever. So D.L. Hughley, he gets on his little soapbox, and he mad as fuck, right? Which he stayed angrier more than anybody that I motherfucking know. If you actually really stop and think about it for a minute. So my whole deal is this, right? Let's look at what they're actually really doing away with. Because apparently, a lot of the dumb masses, which is the majority of a lot of folk, even fellow YouTubers. And again, I'm not here to call out any fellow YouTuber or YouTubers for that matter. But just know, I go on a lot of y'all shit, and y'all sound just as ignorant as DL, if not more fucked up than DL, right? Or Down Low Hughley. That's gonna be his new name now. And I don't know why this shit is flickering. Right? Hoping it's not actually really fucking with nothing too tough. But it's not the case, right? Let's look at it like this, people. I've always, put like this, go back and watch a lot of my previous shows. I say the exact same shit in all of my shows. So it's almost like this, right? I always say that. The bigger the lie, the more people will believe it. So let's take slavery as the prime example, right? These motherfuckers have been lying about slavery for every other day, right? And for the most part, I almost act like really can thank my man Dane Calloway for actually like really put like this Dane Calloway and people like him that actually really starting to bring it to the forefront. And the word is getting out. So when the word gets out, don't you know that the higher ups hear this shit? Right? So they were like, oh, they after so long, right? These motherfuckers actually really came. It's finally didn't hit them. That that slavery never took place. So we're going to take it out into the curriculum, right? But here's the deal. It should have been, it should have never been in the curriculum, right? Because for the fact that the shit never took place. And then I see all this stuff, we all see all this stuff, where that they're like, okay, well, racism is taught, right? Racism is taught, or hatred is taught, whatever the case may be, right? So whatever it is, it's taught, right? So here's the deal. Why keep something in a fucked up system, right? I.e., if you don't know what system I'm talking about the educational system. Why keep something in a fucked up system that is the main cause why people are separate like God in the first fucking place? Why would you even put that in the motherfucking educational system in the first fucking place? So for the most part, yeah, I'm glad that they're actually really taking it out, right? Because I truly honestly believe that was one of the main reasons, if the most important reason why that this country is the way that it is right to this day. Because of motherfuckers actually really too busy listening to what other people tell them. And you actually really believe it. So yeah, get that shit out of the motherfucking educational system, right? But here's the deal. Now here's where I feel like that they fucked up at, right? Because you're going to say, okay, well, we're not going to teach about slavery. That's all what the fuck you had to say. But then again, I get it, you're trying to cover all bases. Because somebody's going to say, okay, well, if you're not going to talk about slavery, well, what about the Ku Klux Klan? Well, just know that slavery, Ku Klux Klan, all that shit go hand in hand, right? Just know, had it not been for so-called slavery, then you wouldn't have had a Dr. King, you wouldn't have had a Malcolm X, you wouldn't have had a Black Panthers movement, or any other so-called civil rights leaders. And then here's another thing. If you haven't actually really watched my show on civil rights, aka Shoeshine Boy, right? I suggest you actually really go and check out that piece of material. It's one of my better works, I feel. But every time I actually really come on here, right, I always give y'all like the best content possible, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Because 9 times out of 10, they're probably scared to do it. So again, let's just look at it. Like, you take out one block, and then all the rest of the shit is actually really gonna fall. Right? You take out slavery, so-called slavery, bullshit slavery. Just like I said, if it wasn't for that, then the rest of the other shit wouldn't even act like that's how the shit works. So people are actually really starting to wake up now. Right? They have read the Kennedy files on what was said on Dr. King, on how he was a womanizer. And it's just for the simple fact, it was a gay guy that was actually like really a part of the movement, or he wanted to be a part of the movement. But once they found out that he was gay, they got him out of there. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, am I standing up for gay people? Hell no. Confused motherfuckers, or I like to actually call y'all alphabet soup people. Right? Born one way and then you want to act like that you something else. What type of bullshit is that, people? So I know that I'm not going to sit up here and say that the state of Texas is actually like really leading the fight in this. As far as like taking certain things out of the curriculum, as far as like education goes, right? But the thing about it though is this, and I've always said this, like this: if you're not gonna tell the whole story, right? Then goddamn it, don't tell it at all, right? Because this is what I foresee happening. Soon as they take it out, any babies that have been born within the past 7 years, right? So by the time that they actually really get where that they actually really know who Dr. King is, right? It's actually really going to be out of the curriculum for the most part. And it's just so for the most part, so if you go over, well, I can't even say if you actually really go over grandma's house, because Big Mama gone. Just like what Bernie Mac said back in the Kings of Comedy. Big Mama gone. Big Mama been gone. Big Mama ain't coming back. Right? So just know if Big Mama, Mud Deer, or Nan, whatever you call it, right? If she ain't got a doggone picture of Dr. King, Malcolm X, any of the so-called civil rights leaders back then, if you ain't got none of those people up on your wall, then your kids coming up now, any babies that are going to be born now, right, they're actually really not going to know who Dr. King is. And then even when they actually really go back and look at the research, it's going to be the wrong perception of this guy. But then again, maybe, just maybe, that the Kennedy files, right, will actually really be made public, which they are actually really made public. And for the most part, let's just say this. Since you actually really want to take out a lot of this stuff, let's actually really make the Kennedy files public. Let's put that in the history books. Let's see how the general public will actually really react. Because according to the movie JFK, right, they said that a lot of the files on who killed Kennedy and why, right? Just know this, people. That shit is actually like really 7 years away. It's either 7 years away or 8 years away, right? So for the most part, we're the younger generation. That's even if they even give a fuck by that time. They'll actually really get a chance to know who actually really killed JFK and why. But I can sit up here and tell you, I know who the fuck killed JFK. Right? Or let's just say that I know of the organization on who killed JFK and why they actually killed this man. Because see, I see what these motherfuckers are doing. And a lot of motherfuckers are actually really too stupid to actually really realize what the hell is going on here. Then, like I say, you get bitches like D.L. Hughley or Down Low Hughley, right? They want to bitch because, oh, they taking slavery out. They want to take away Dr. King. Bitch, go read the motherfucking files, the Kennedy files, on your precious Dr. King. Or should I say, actually, his name was actually changed. He changed his name to Martin Luther King. Him and his daddy both. I forget the actual name, and I'm sorry that I didn't come prepared. But for those of y'all that actually really gonna watch this, y'all already know what the fuck I'm talking about. Go back and Google what his name was before he actually really changed the shit. So yeah, get his ass out of there too, because I'm telling you something. That whole I have a dream speech, and I actually really said this on a previous podcast, right? I didn't bring his name up, but I did say this. Usually when people dream, when they dream a dream, 9 times out of 10, your motherfucking ass is asleep. You sleep. And you actually really don't see shit for what it actually really is. You may say little black boys, little black girls. You may say little white boys, little white girls. And it's just for the simple fact, show me one black person. Show me one white person. Yeah. Again, these motherfuckers been trying to tell you all day, every day, basic education. Know your fucking colors, people. You know damn well ain't no black people around. You know damn well ain't no white people around. You know damn well ain't no red people around. You know damn well ain't no yellow people around. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Just like I tell y'all, I got black tattoos. I got on black shorts. As you can see, right? Totally different than what my actual skin tone is. But I'm a black man. Or I'm an African American. This is what the fuck. These are the labels that we actually really got to get rid of. These are the labels that we got to get rid of. But y'all want to hold on to these labels. Just like that other shit that I saw. Everybody's still up in the word. Everybody's still up in the air about the word nigger. Well, guess what? It's just like what I always say. When I said the shit, when the owner of Papa John's, when he came out and said it, and everybody was hollering about, oh, I ain't eating no more Papa John's pizza. And I said it again, and I'll say it again. Guess what? If you all up in the word because somebody other than your color says the word nigger, then guess what? You that nigga that they were talking about. And again, I'm not going to talk about fellow YouTubers, but they talk about it because apparently somebody else said the word nigger the other day. And he mad about it. But he quick to say nigger. Matter of fact, black folks in general, so-called black folks, they always holler about, hey, that's our word. We're allowed to use that word. Well, guess what, people? That's a word that you can motherfucking keep. I don't want that word. I never was no nigga. I never was black. So here's the deal. We always holler about change. And we always holler about change, whether it's education, whether it's with the government, politics, whatever. Okay, change is happening. But you still bitch. You still bitch. But you don't know why you're bitching. You just bitching. Just to be bitching. But the thing about doing this, people, go back. Ask your grandparents. Ask your great-grandparents. But damn, I forgot. A lot of y'all's grandmothers, ain't even motherfucking 50 years old. So y'all don't know shit. So you can't ask them nothing. because they just as dumb as y'all. Right? But just like I always say, I was fortunate enough where that I was able to talk to my grandmother. I was able to talk to my great-grandmother. I was actually really able to talk to a lot of the elders in my family. And I actually asked them, hey, look, what the fuck? What is going on? Was any of our people slaves? Where did we come from? Did we come from Africa? And they said, no, we was already here. And got paperwork to prove it. Didn't nobody fuck with us. We had our own shit, didn't nobody fuck with us. And like I said, for those of y'all that are around the same age as me and older, you was able to talk to your grandparents, your great-grandparents. And I'm pretty sure they would have said the exact same shit what my grandparents and my great-grandparents told me. Slavery didn't happen. They can't even motherfucking produce slave ships. So if you can't produce motherfucking slave ships, you can produce bullshit records, right? And then it's just for the simple fact, it's too easy to motherfucking have some motherfuckers in some white sheets at nighttime, put a cross up, pour gasoline on it, strike a match to it. And Carla says, oh, we the Ku Klux Klan. It's too easy to take pictures of the shit. It's too easy to actually really fix this shit in such of a way where that we can be like, okay, that the so-called black-white hatred will always be there. From slavery, Ku Klux Klan, to the watch riots, to Rodney King, all the way over to George Floyd. All that shit motherfucking stays. And it's just for the simple fact, apparently, and Dane Calloway, my man, I really hope that you watch it. Or if somebody actually really watch this shit actually really needs to go back to Dane Calloway. Hey, look, the shit is finally working. They taking shit out of the motherfucking educational system that should have never been in there in the motherfucking first place. To bring us together. And, you know, so just know that the shit is working. It's finally working. It's motherfucking working. Finally, we can actually really, hopefully, see some goddamn daylight at the motherfucking end of the tunnel. But I always see this, that the shit has always been there. Too busy to listen to the goddamn idiot box. Too busy to listen to the idiot box. And it's just for the simple fact. Motherfuckers still all up in the air about the word nigger. But let Dave Chappelle say it, or let Chris Rock say it, or any so-called black comedian say it, oh, it's good. We good. Anybody else saying, oh, it's a motherfucking problem. Well, guess what? Archie Bunker said it back in the 70s. Y'all didn't have a problem with it. Oh, that's television. Telling you the vision. See how this shit works, people? What about the movie Blazing Saddles? What did he say? When y'all was slaves, y'all sang like birds. Come on, how about a good old nigga work song? Right? Wasn't the problem then? Hollywood, right? On film and in actual bullshit reality. Because, again, y'all too busy trying to do and act like what the fuck you see on television. But those are paid actors. paid actors. Damn. And that just hit me just now. But in our case, people, the state of Texas, I want to be the first one to say, hey, guess what? I actually really commend y'all for what the fuck y'all doing. And just like I say, anybody in the YouTube community that see this, you motherfuckers actually really want to call me a coon, akatar, whatever, right? All I'm gonna tell you is this: check your goddamn history before you call me any goddamn thing, right? Because just know this: you call me anything, you can call me a coon, you can call me a sellout, just know I'm finna come see you. Tell me that shit to my face. Go do your research. Think before you open that bullshit up contraption that you call a motherfucking mouth. And then if you still feel like you gotta call me out of my name, then guess what? Yeah, I need to come see you. Or you come see me. And guess what? It ain't finna be motherfucking pretty. Do your research, people. Do your research. Right? It's just like what Richard Pryor said with his Mudbone character, right? He said, I listen to old people because they fascinate, right? They ain't all fools, see. It's like, you don't get to be old being no fool. But just know, some old people, that shit, some old people slide through the cracks. You was a young fool, now you're an old ass fool, right? God forbid if you done lost any teeth. I'm just putting it out there. So, with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross the street around the corner. Paulus Harris, a.k.a. Crazy Uncle. And no, I'm not crying. It's just motherfucking sinuses. Till next time.